Rural Heritage on RFD TV is brought to you by Rural Heritage Magazine, a bi-monthly magazine featuring articles about farming and logging with draft animal power, small-scale diversified family farming and homesteading, and other aspects of our rich rural heritage. Rural Heritage Magazine, borrowing from yesterday to do the work of today. For subscription information, please call 319-362-3027 or order online at www.ruralheritage.com. Hi, I'm Joe Mischka. Welcome to another episode of Rural Heritage TV. Today we're in Rockford, Michigan with the Western Michigan Draft Horse Club at one of the many plow days this group holds throughout the year. We're going to see some Belgians, Percherons, Fjords, American Brabants, and European Belgians plowing in the field today. We'll also visit with a few of the Teamsters about their horses. Don't go away.
We're having a plow day. It's a fun day actually, and for club members and actually anybody else who wants to come. And
you guys do a lot of these.
Yeah, this is the third one this year, and I think we got two more coming up yet.
Do you know who owns this farm that we're on?
Yes, this is Dave Donovan.
And so he doesn't have horses, is that right?
He does not have horses.
But he lets you guys come out
Right.
here.
Yeah, this is the second year that he's not at this particular farm, but he has another farm over in 16 Mile Road.
Okay.
And he's interested in it. Some of us got to know him because we buy oats from him. You're going to see Percherons, Belgians, Suffolks, and American Brabants.
And a variety of plows too.
Yeah, be maybe just one walking plow, maybe two. And then there's some Pioneer plows. There's one guy has a two-way plow, and I've got a John Deere riding plow.
So you brought your walking plow plus your riding plow.
Yes.
So you'll use both?
I'm going to use both.
You like the walking plow, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. Tell me why.
Well, I don't know. I started out with it, and but you've got more control of your furrow, because you can steer it somewhat, and I don't know. It's just the way that it used to be done, and that's the way I like to do it. Same time, it's a hobby for me, so.
Right. You're not trying to get acres and acres done in a day.
No.
You can kind of feel the ground a little better.
Oh yeah.
With your handles.
Especially if there's stones.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Do you know how long this club has been around?
Well, I'm just thinking about it. It's been over 30 years, but it's right around 30, I'm guessing.
Have you been with it most of that?
No, I've only maybe 20, maybe 25.
So most of it.
Yeah.
And do you know what they're going to use this ground for that you're plowing up?
I'm guessing that he's going to plant corn in it.
Okay, all right. And I've been on the road for a little over a week now in Ohio and Pennsylvania, and it's rained on me every single day until yesterday. Has it done that here too?
No, it's been dry here the last week. Well, I guess we did have a little rain Sunday maybe, but not very much.
Okay.
So it's been good for field work.
Okay,
good.
So the plowing should be okay?
Should be good.
Yeah, okay, good.
Because John and I opened this up yesterday. So,
oh, did you? With your horses?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what else to ask. Is there something that I should have asked about?
Well, maybe I could tell you the club is very loosely organized. I mean, we don't have a constitution and bylaws. We're just a group of people get together and once a month and usually have a potluck together, and then they don't really sponsor these plow days. We have no legal authorities or anything like that. But like one guy described it, it's like a group of people getting together after church for coffee.
We now have 4 volumes of America's Rural Yesterday books with photos of farm life 100 years ago. Fieldwork has images of horses in the fields working the ground, planting and harvesting the crop. Barn and Farmyard shows farmers putting that crop in the barn, silo, or corn crib and caring for poultry, hogs, cattle, and more. In At Home and in Town, farm families prepare Sunday dinner, relax in the parlor, drive to town by buggy or wagon, and visit the general store. Finally, Early Tractors has over 250 photos of early American tractors like Alice Chalmers, Oliver, John Deere, Farmall, Minneapolis Moline, and many more. These photos are of new tractors back in the day and show how they were configured coming out of the factory. Buy any of these books for $24.95 plus shipping. When you buy 2 or more, the price per book goes down all the way to $17.49 per book when you buy all 4. To order, just call 1-877-647-2452 or order online at www.ruralheritage.com. That's 877-647-2452.
Yep, I got a mare here, and I got 2 mares to home that are with the stud, and they're all 3 full sisters. They're 9, 10, and 11 this spring.
Okay,
all
right.
Full sisters, year apart.
Okay.
And
why did you pick Suffolk horses?
well, I've always liked the smaller, a little shorter. I'm a little bit short, and I can't reach those tall horses, and I've kind of leaned towards the smaller working type horse.
How long have you been using them?
Oh, I've been using Belgians and the Suffolk now just recently, but I've been using horses for 35 years.
Okay, all right, okay.
Not new to it.
You just recently switched over to the Suffolks?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I
yes.
didn't understand.
Yeah, I just had
all
the
right.
choice. I just got the chance
Gotcha.
recently here to get them. So.
And I mean, there's what people say is that there's more range within a breed than there is between the breeds themselves.
Yes.
I mean, you can get some Belgians that are pretty close to a Suffolk and some Suffolks that are pretty close to that Belgian.
Absolutely, yes.
Right, yeah.
Yes, I knew these Suffolks. There's a friend of mine that owned them, and he does a lot of what I do. And I need a good, calm horse. I do a lot of wagon rides, hay rides, sleigh rides, such as that too. And they got to be good around people.
And you do those rides to the general public at different events?
Both, general public and at events and everything. Last count, we figured around 3,000 people a year we give rides to.
Wow.
At cities, I mean, for their Christmas stuff. I do rides at an apple farm in the fall and a Christmas tree farm in the winter.
Okay.
And then sleigh rides at my house.
You're kind of an ambassador.
Well, I don't know. I guess maybe.
I mean, you're showing people the horses.
Yeah.
You're getting them acquainted with it. Yeah.
I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Yep.
How's the ground plowing for you?
Beautiful.
It is
beautiful
nice.
ground. Yeah,
it's just right.
Real nice. Yep, perfect conditions.
Yeah. Just a few rocks here and there, but not a whole lot of them.
Nothing
just a few.
serious.
Yeah,
We've been in worse.
Right.
Been in a lot worse.
Right. Yep. And you are driving a team of American Brabants.
Actually, one's a European Belgian.
Okay.
The one on the left is actually an imported, and the other one is American Brabant. Yes.
Okay. And so this left-hand horse, is that a stud horse?
Nope, she's a mare.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you breed her to Belgians or Percherons or that kind of thing?
I actually do breed her to an American Brabant. We've got we've got a yearling filly out of her, out of a stud out of Montana.
Okay.
And we're getting ready to breed her back again. Next Friday, we've got the vet coming in to check her, so see where she's at. So.
Montana, is that the Prices?
Prices,
okay.
Yep. Tara and Rick Price.
Okay.
Yep.
So you end up with a 3/4 then with that?
Actually, his is 44. Theirs is 44% stud.
Okay.
So we end up with a 72%, whatever it comes to.
A funny number.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers in our breed.
Yes, sir. Yep. And your breed is coming on.
It is. Yeah, it's come a long ways. We've learned a lot along the way, and as the association has grown, we've learned a lot. So.
But also, the people using draft horses have learned the value of the American Brabant.
I think there's a lot of people looking for that shorter stature, stocky horse, and we seem to fit that bill. Suffolk Punch is probably the other one that's most popular right along with it right now, I think.
So. Those are my 2 favorites.
I agree. Yep.
Smart, alert, but calm.
Yep, for the most part.
Willing to learn.
My right-hand mare, she's a little bit higher strung than the rest. But
how old is she?
She's 6.
Okay,
yep.
All right. And have you bred her?
We tried to breed her last year, didn't get her settled. I'm going to leave her open. I just bought a new stud from Tamara Kowalchuk up in Canada. But he's only a yearling now, so next year we'll probably try to breed her with him. So.
Okay, all right. So, Tell me about your plow.
It's a Oliver 23 Hillside 2-way plow. They don't like it when I turn around and use the other bottom. It kind of makes a traffic jam, but I've had it for about 15 years, I guess. Haven't done a whole lot of work to it. I had to make a few handles here and there and fix it to make it used, but it does a pretty decent job.
The evener slides on a bar.
Yes. it
That's when you
slides
go from left to right?
Depending on which way I go. When I switch to the other bottom, the slide will slide to the left bottom, and then I can adjust the tongue up here to bias it just a little bit more to make sure the cut's right. So
I've never looked at them closely before. I&J makes a 2-bottom. Have you looked at one of those very close?
I know Whitehorse makes one.
That's what I'm thinking of, Whitehorse. Yeah,
makes one, and I know Jason Julian's got one, but I haven't looked at them that close. I'm sure they're pretty similar with the slide. I think they've got a roller as opposed to a slide like
Okay.
this. This one will stick just once in a while. I need to keep my the bar greased up so it'll slide a little better. But when I look back and I'm plowing 3 inches instead of 12, then I know usually it hasn't slid all the way over. So
Are you going to scour up the other one?
I might move to the other field and go plow left-handed for a while just
Sure.
to get the horse in the furrow and let
Yep.
her work on it. So she does a pretty good job in the furrow. She's not my most aggressive horse. She's a little bit on the lazier side. But
I've had draft horses for about 12 years. Had horses for quite a few years. With
Saddle
daughters,
horses?
Saddle horses, daughters and horses, you know how that goes.
I do.
But now I'm getting a little too old to ride. And so about 12 years ago, I switched to drafts. And the last pair I had was a pair of Belgians, and I rode them a lot. My daughter and I would go riding quite a bit with them, but one died. I gave the other one away, a little older, and then I bought these about 2 years ago. But so yeah, my 100-year-old plow and have a lot of fun.
What is this? Is this an
It's
international?
International, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's really safe because my horses are a little bit high-strung, a little fidgety. Like
They can be
here. See,
squirrely.
and they're back. They can back right up. It's like a sulky.
Yeah, right.
You know, I can back up and do whatever I want.
Right, right.
I had a John Deere tongueless, but that was kind of, it'll run up on the horses, and if
Yeah.
you put a tongue in them, then they're really dangerous because then if they back up, it'll
Tip.
flip over.
Yeah, that
and,
one.
And the wheels are the same, and I mean, I
Yeah.
can back right up or do whatever I
You can
want.
drive to town with it.
I can.
Yeah.
Except these at
Right.
home, I got to go about 200 yards down a tar road, and that thing right there will shake the fillings out of your teeth.
Right, right. And make a racket.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
they don't seem to mind the racket, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy the drafts. And
These are pretty tall horses you got.
they are. Everybody says, hey, my other ones were about 16 hands or so, and they said, why'd you get these? I don't know. I looked around for about 8 months before I could find anything, and so, but yeah, they are. They're used to being leaned on and laid up against for harnessing, so they don't care. But
Right, right, right. And I mean, it's not like they're carriage horses. We were talking earlier. They're pretty proportional. They just have
are.
long legs.
Yeah, they have long legs. They breed them different, I mean, and they're mares, so they're going to be a little lighter. But like Paul's horses and I think Niall's, those are more farm bred.
Old style.
Yeah.
Right.
And these are a little fancier. The guy that I bought them from was up in Empire, Michigan. And he passed away. He had about 10, 12 horses, and I was able to buy these. But he was big into, these were they were a swing team in a 6-horse hitch, and they did all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So he didn't do too much farm work, but
Sure. All right.
we do a little bit of everything. And
So
this one, you just, you ask her to do things, and this one, you tell her to do things. So they're just different.
Yeah, right, right.
But you have to figure that all out because I didn't know them, and I couldn't ask the guy that raised them.
Yeah.
Somebody says, well, because we go to fairs, they said, well, they pull a cart. My daughter likes to ride the cart, and I said, I don't know. I can't tell you.
Right, right. And that's actually a dangerous vehicle, the cart.
A cart is, I know it, and I've got fills for one of my 4 carts, and I've been tempted to try it, but I just haven't yet. But.
Yeah, yeah. It takes a while for them to learn the shafts if they've never had them.
Right, and I don't know, like I say, I don't know if they have or not.
Right.
But
Yeah, yeah.
unless I borrow somebody's cart, that'd be dangerous. Wreck their cart.
Yeah,
for
I mean, I've seen people, they'll run sticks up alongside them just to get them used to the feel of it, but it's really the feel of turning it that
Yeah,
is
it is.
odd to
Yeah.
them. And some of them, they just take forever to
don't
learn
like it.
to get used to it. Yeah.
My Belgians did not like it. I tried one and she did not like it.
And then if they want to go, well, I mean, there's not a lot stopping you here, although you could put the plow down if you had to. But on a cart, there's nothing.
I know it.
Nothing.
You just go.
If you had brakes, which you don't, but if you did, they wouldn't do any good anyway.
Right. You're sitting high and dangerous, and
Yeah.
no, it's
Yeah, they're a scary vehicle if you got a horse that's, and so often at horse shows they are. They're
they're the ones that get wrecks. I know.
fiery. Yeah.
So it's not high on my list of something I want to do, but spreading manure and plowing and giving rides, and that's fun, you know.
Yep.
So I practice out of a group in Coopersville, Michigan.
Okay.
So it's a large mixed animal practice. It's a 9-doctor practice that does everything. But I do horses pretty much.
That's what you
Exclusively.
specialize in.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly right. Yeah, that's what I do by day.
Mostly saddle horses, probably.
Mostly saddle horses,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. A lot of pleasure horses, dressage horses, halter horses, Arabs, a lot of breeding, a lot of repro work.
So everything from real high-priced horses to the kids'
Yeah.
favorite pony.
Absolutely, right. Sometimes those are the most valuable.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. That's a good attitude.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're here with 4 fjords. So you
Yeah.
must have fjords at home.
These are 4 of my fjords, so I have 2 more at home that are a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. So one of the left-hand horse is one I bred, the other 3 I acquired. So the front right-hand horse is the mother of 3 others. So
Okay.
yeah, they're all 3 of them are siblings and one's a daughter. So
you get colts. You raise them.
I have, yeah, I've raised several. Just
Okay.
really for myself,
Mhm.
for replacements for the other ones as they get older.
And
That's
then
it.
you break them yourself.
And I
train
break them myself, train them myself. Yep, do it all myself.
How long have you been doing driving horses?
Probably 10, 15 years, something
Okay.
like that.
All
So
right.
I grew up with horses. You grew up showing horses, riding horses, and then after college, I got a quarter horse. I started driving,
Okay.
and then had a cart and buggy, and still have him. He still drives, but looking
Okay.
for something more, a little more horsepower, but that's easier to handle.
Yeah.
And Fjords are just the perfect horse for that.
Fjords are a really good investment too, aren't they? They hold their value.
They're probably worth more weight, double what I paid for them.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, they're
Yeah.
spendy, but they're worth it.
They
You
are-
get your value out of them.
They do, yeah, they are. For me, they're kind of the perfect horse. They're easy keepers. They're good, solid-footed, solid bone. They're stout. They can pull quite a bit. I think a bit more than a halflinger. So they work pretty good for plow days, farm work, and spread a lot of manure with them. We cut hay with them. Yeah, just kind of general small farm type of stuff. But they're the perfect horse for that.
They're smart
They are smart,
and they want to work. I mean,
and they will work.
They want they want to have a connection with the person working with them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
very
they look
personable.
for direction. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very personable. They're very engaging. They're all got their unique personalities, and
And
yeah,
talking
they've been
about
really good horses.
easy keepers. I mean, as a vet, you understand metabolism.
Yeah.
It's easy to overfeed them.
It
Isn't
is. That is correct. Right. A lot of people think a fat horse is a healthy horse, and that couldn't be further from the truth. So
Right.
these fjords tend to have a low metabolic rate, as a lot of horses from northern climates, and they will get fat very easy. And as they get heavier and obese, the risk of laminitis goes up exponentially.
Right.
And that's a pretty common problem in fjords. Yeah.
We got spring coming up, so that's a problem now with people putting their horses out on pasture.
That's correct, particularly the grasses that grow well in cool weather, like
Right.
right now. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
High sugar content, and they run into troubles. So
You're driving a 4-up
this is a 4-up
with a
yeah,
McCutcheon rope and pulley system.
That's correct. Yep.
How long have you been using this system? For a while?
2 years maybe. Yeah, a couple of years.
Okay.
Couple of years. It's hard to pull a 14-inch plow with 3 horses, 3 fjords. So you
Right.
really need, where you'd use 3 drafts, you use 4 fjords.
Right.
So 4 abreast doesn't work very well. So that put us up to that got us on the rope and pulley on the
Because this
4-up.
plow is
but
pushing over a lot of dirt.
It is.
And
yeah.
if you had 3, you could do it, but you'd have to let them blow a lot more often.
Yeah. And I have. I
Yeah.
do use them, and I have used them. They just, if you're not wanting to go all day and you can take some time for breaks, it works. It does work pretty well.
Sure.
Particularly if they're fit. It does work. But if we're going all day, you really need the 4th horse.
When you got 2 up that far, and you don't have somebody up there with them, you kind of hope that they behave for you.
precarious.
Yeah, that's the word.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Right. So you want to have, it takes a little bit to figure out how, part of it's the driver figuring out how to make it all work, and having quiet horses that stand. That goes a long way, but it really does help to have a spotter.
Yeah,
for,
right, right.
For 4 horses like
Right.
this.
I mean, the team next to you could make life miserable for you if they wanted to, but
Oh,
it just
100%.
seems like you got closer to them. You can get
Yeah.
more control on them.
Yeah.
But up there, it seems like they can
Yeah,
just turn
they're
right
out
around
there
on
while they
you.
can swing and jackknife pretty quick,
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That rope and pulley system makes them pull pretty even.
It does. It really does balance the load pretty well.
Yeah.
So I use them 4 abreast quite a bit at
Okay.
home, quite a bit, and they work really well 4 abreast. It's a little easier to drive, but for plowing, if you want 4, you really are back to a rope and pulley.
And so you're driving your dad's horses, or are these yours?
These are actually mine. Well, they're mine on paper. The left-hand mare is definitely mine. The right-hand mare is her daughter, and she's really my dad's horse more
Okay.
than mine, because
All
we
right.
don't really get along all that well.
Okay, all right. I'm going to walk around so I
Sure.
don't have the traffic
Sure.
in the background.
Cool girls.
Oh, there's a thermos up there. I didn't see
Yeah,
that before.
Dad always has his coffee up there.
That's nice. So did you grow up with horses?
Oh, yes.
So what do you like to do with the horses?
Oh, pretty much anything. I grew up riding and driving as well, and I don't ride so much as I used to anymore. I don't have the time so much, but I ride, I drive, I like to work them, I like to show whatever. I'm also a little bit into competitive carriage driving on a very limited basis. Again, I don't have the time to do too many things.
Sure, sure.
So, but I enjoy that. I'm actually getting the right-hand mare, getting her around there's a pleasure driving show here in the state at the end of the month. I'll take her and go do the pleasure driving and cones and stuff with her
Yeah.
for fun.
Okay.
So,
It's a different group of people from a plow day.
oh, very, very different. Yep. But when it comes to driving horses, there's a lot of the same mindset. So
Yeah.
they're a good group here in Michigan.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's sometimes people think, well, they can't afford to get into something like that, but you really can. I mean,
can.
it's nothing much more different than buying a plow and good work harness than that, to buy a cart and a show harness.
right. It's like my pleasure cart and pleasure harness. I both bought used. I think I gave $300 for my cart at a sale. It's a really nice piece. I just happened to cross it at the right time.
Sure.
So, but I mean, it's just like regular show ring stuff. You can get armpit deep in money and fancy equipment, but if you want to get into it and play, you can find a way to do it on a reasonable budget. So,
One of the nice things about a group like this,
Whoa.
particularly one that meets as often as this one does, doing actual work, is the opportunity to mentor young people getting into
Right.
it. Do you see much of that with this group? Do you?
I haven't been around this group a whole lot in the last
Okay.
couple years, but we do what we can. I do what I can just in general. Anytime somebody needs help, I will help. Friends and I put on a small driving horse show in July, and we structured it and encourage green drivers, novice drivers, people who are new to showing to come out and just play at our fun, casual show.
It can
So-
become almost a clinic in a way.
Not really.
No?
And it's
Okay.
not yet.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
eventually we do want to add a clinic day to it, but that's just not happened yet. So.
But it is a way for people to meet up with other people who are
Absolutely,
doing
and
it.
to try something different.
Yeah.
We do get some of the people from the group here and some other draft horse people to come and play. Like I do the cones course and try to structure that so it's accessible and challenging at the same time. So.
Sure. Yeah. It's important for people getting into it to have success.
Yes.
And
To
not have an accident.
Right, exactly. Have a good time, challenge themselves a little bit, but to have a safe and approachable good time.
Yeah. I've seen people quit
Well,
either because they or their significant other says, no, this is too scary.
Yeah,
And that was because and it didn't have to be that way.
right.
Yeah. This program is available for purchase. To order your copy, please call 319-362-3027 or visit www.ruralheritage.com. Rural Heritage is a bi-monthly magazine dedicated to draft animal farming and logging, as well as other aspects of our rich rural heritage. It is published by Mich Press, which also offers a complete line of Back to the Land books, DVDs, and calendars. Call or write for a catalog or subscription information, or visit our website at www.ruralheritage.com.